That was our cover photo, by the way. Hi, it's Brooke, and this is my pops.
I'm Keith.
And by the way, in case you didn't know, this is the one that opened up the store here in Friendswood. And I guess today we're just going to talk a little bit about when we had our first CBD convention that we went to, which is really fun. Kind of far.
It was in Miami. Just happened to be at the right time. She was getting out of school, and it was right before school started for the other kids. So we took a trip out there to see what we can learn about more CPD and related stuff.
Yeah, it was really eye-opening. I'm gonna say one thing though about Miami was driving was really interesting. Having to drive around in a rental vehicle in a place that you're not used to is kind of scary.
I drove.
Yes,
She's still stressed out.
But it was a really big convention. Literally, the first day we went, we didn't even get to see half of the stalls that were there.
I was worried we weren't going to get to really experience everything. But after the first day, we put a plan together, and we were tired. we got through it. We got to meet a lot of people, a lot of vendors. It helped really focus our research on quality products and what manufacturers there are out there and how they do things. And be honest with you, I got an education about the whole vaping industry because I don't know, I just grew up in that environment where any kind of smoking was not good for you. So it was eye-opening, as she said. So.
I mean, definitely there was a lot of things that you would learn there just from knowing like who the quality places were. Like for instances, when you walk up somewhere and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of pretty girls.
It was a circus. That was a circus
And you're like, are these real products or are they just trying to get people in? You know,
yeah, that's what I would say. People were targeted towards the convenience stores and stuff like that. You don't know what you're getting when you go to a convenience store because I really don't believe that majority of those people even research or know what they're selling. They're just going to work. Say, oh, you want it, you buy it.
Yeah, and there was a lot of places that gave like samples of stuff and just trying these different samples, you could really tell the quality in the milligrams, and that's when we really started to learn about all the milligrams and the process of how much you should take and that kind of stuff. Like we got like a sample bag from the blue one, and we were like, oh, this is not good stuff. I don't even remember what it was, but
yeah, it was that was another. It was a convenience store package, like sits on the counter. But the entire package was less than the cost of one normal bottle of tincture oil. So it was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah. But the more I learned about it, once I got back and researched the company and how it was made and all this kind of stuff, I said, oh, that's why it's so cheap. Okay, it's cheap is not always good. We look for quality, and then we look for the best price. So you can find both, and that was the main purpose of the convention, is to make as many connections as possible. And there were some very very knowledgeable people there that were really willing to help you. And when they found out that we were opening a store, and then it exploded from there for the amount of information that they would give, and the amount of products that are out there. I mean, there was products that I never even would have thought of.
oh, the hookah.
Yeah.
The what are they? You put in their mouth. What is it? Dip?
The dips. That was an interesting product. So I mean,
nicotine free.
Yeah, there were the inhalers that had nothing but CPD in it. It was like an asthma inhaler.
Yeah.
And so there's no medicine in it. It's just poof poof. Just technology is really changing.
It was crazy, especially
you can see some product right there in the counter behind us. Those are inhalers, They actually have no CPD. I got one that has melatonin, one B12, and one caffeine. And it's just an inhale technology where you just suck it in and you get your nutrients. And they're at the forefront on how these things are made and really good products that they use to make it with. You know, none of the vitamin E oil or any of that kind of junk you're hearing about in the news. And they're really dedicated to your health, and hence their name, Inhale Health.
Yeah. I thought it was really genius. And I mean, the crazy thing is that they don't have any CBD in them, but it still has, just the nutrients that you would need, like just normal nutrients, like you said, the vitamin B12, stuff like that. But I thought it was really cool because there was no CBD in it, but it was still helpful.
It's just the technology.
That's great.
I mean, we have some vape products, but very limited. It's not something that we push. But this day and age, probably her generation more than mine for sure, really can see that as a way to intake CPD, and because it gets in your system a lot faster. Generally, it's a smaller dosage, so all the different flavors and stuff make it attractive too. But it's technology is kind of hard to understand sometimes, and hard to embrace. But like I said, it helped me learn a lot. Learn that there are things out there that are better for you. There are instances where somebody is a smoker for on a normal basis, and this is a possible way to quit smoking, and then eventually just quit inhaling anything if need be. To be honest with you, I was a dipper for many years growing up, and I had found a non-nicotine product that helped me cut the habit. So I don't do any of that stuff anymore, and whatever it takes for different people. So we want to give them that option.
Yeah. Well, I hope you liked our little conversation, our little talk, and hope it gave you a little bit of insight, a little bit of knowledge about different products, and some fun. Tune in next time, guys.
See ya.
Bye.